This is where they want to be, one small step away from greatness. Win today, and they will be up there amongst the elite. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running. Milan come into this game needing something. To fall short here would impact horribly on their future, immediate and beyond.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
And what's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true, just another level.
Shot at goal! And it's a goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Milan are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Inzaghi is onto this. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And he's gone looking for safety. Pelé. And they're quick to press. Out towards the flank. That is good strength. He's had it taken off him. And we have our very first corner. Inzaghi tries to clear. Oh, he's been caught napping, and he's searching through. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, no question, Jim, the referee has seen that as a professional foul.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time to blink. This is just a spontaneous reaction. Well, if he's serious about trying from this range, I think he must feel he can generate the power. Big ask.
He went for the curler. Probing pass. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Makaleli. Passing is crisp and sharp. Nicely weighted ball. Tries to pass it through. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Khan gets it clear. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Filippo Inzaghi. Van Basten is flagged offside. Well, that is one way to stop him. Costa Curta. Pelé. Aimed beyond the defence. Pedri. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Well timed, excellent interception. No, no way through. And it's Pedri. Neymar. It's Neymar! And the ball's come loose here. Danger averted for now. Oh, that's superb. Xavi Alonso. And the half-time whistle goes. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Substitution.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
White cuts it out. Makaleli. Costa Curta. Milan looking to pass their way through. Xavi Alonso. That ball looks a good one. And he's got the beating of his man. And he's there to get it away. And he's only too happy to take that back. Messi. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
It's anyone's ball now.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And a chance! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Well, you couldn't have asked for a better chance than that, Peter. That is disappointing.
Looking to play him in. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Bangladesh clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Now then, the ball's come loose. Van Basten! Goal, Milan! And they are back where they started in this fight for promotion.
Well, that's certainly lightened the mood on the bench, Peter. Although the boss is clearly telling his players to keep their heads, he'll now need to make some bold decisions to back that up.
No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Such a well-worked finish. It looked like he was going to be shut down, but he thrives in situations like that.
Milan grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Beckenbauer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Looking for options for movement.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though. I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
There will be 1 minute added time.
1 minute to add, according to the board. Oh, that looks a cracking ball. And the shot! He's been taken down and the referee has pointed at the spot. Oh, the protests are futile. The decision is made. Late drama. The ball is on the spot. Here we go. It's in! Not much more than a formality.
Yeah, as decisive as it comes.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided.
Hello everybody.
Your reflections then, Jim?
Milan lost their way after falling behind early. Their concentration was weakened and their character.
Milan do have the look of a team with genuine ambition. Already on the cusp of promotion, they are looking to make a statement here. We are more than ready. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. Milan come into this game needing something. To fall short here would impact horribly on their future, immediate and beyond.
It's a privilege to see the defensive great that is Franco Baresi.
Absolutely.
A marvellous tactical brain married to good pace and a technical ease.
He's shifting through the gears here. He rises! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Serginho is looking to influence the game from out wide. Looking to play him in. White cuts it out. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Neither side yet able to find the net. Now it's Inzaghi. He has found the way through. Takes a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
What a fabulous run. OK, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Pedri, very much a player of the moment. Milan finding their passes. Can he get it through? That is a great pick out. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. Milan presented with a golden opportunity here. Well, they can protest all they want, but a shake of the head is all they're going to get.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
The major moment in the game. 1-0, never any doubt. Not a twitch, not a blink.
That's a good penalty. Made the keeper commit early and set himself up for quite a comfortable finish.
So we have had the first significant moment. It is 1-0.
Well, Peter, this now poses the question of stick or twist. Do they immediately go for another one, or sit back and wait patiently for the opportunity to break?
Now it's Inzaghi. And it's Beckham.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Now it's Berbatov. Well, they've got it again. Oh, easy pickings there. Scholes. Searching pass he's played there. De Jong. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. There's a quick free kick. And that's a dangerous ball.
There will be 1 minute added time.
And he's there to retrieve it. Cute ball now. How can he reach it? Face to... It's Van Basten! They've scored! And they're at it again in double quick time. And the half-time whistle goes.
Well, it's hard to say whether a two-goal advantage under these circumstances is decisive or not, but so far I haven't really seen enough to indicate that the opposition can come out in the second half and improve to that degree.
Milan in control at half-time, 2-0. And the game has already resumed here. Now this could be a... Pedri! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Milan with the corner, they're first. Bullish header! De Jong. And it's Beckham. Oh, that's superb. Oh, sweet feet. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. That looks a good ball through. Couple of goals between the sides, and it's still early in the second half. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Beckham. So we've reached the hour mark. Now it's Pedri. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
It is a corner.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Batistuta. Number 5, Scholes. field.
Beckham with the short one.
10, Robert Lewandowski. Number 11, Hannes.
De Jong.
Substitution in progress.
And he shoots! It's their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. And he's there to belt it away. Baresi. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Berbatov takes control of it and he's on the move. He's found a way through. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Makaleli. Could move up a gear here. He's picked his way through. Bale. Can he finish? Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
Bale is fully aware of how important that could have been. Probably game, set and match.
Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Lewandowski. And the shot! It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Not much time now for anything fresh to happen, I think.
There will be
Milan
3 minutes
nearly
added
finished
time.
it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And this is Berbatov. He's beaten the last man.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And the referee brings it to a close. A statement win on a crucial day, and now major tests await. Your final thoughts, Jim?
Well, I think this has to be one of the sternest tests they have faced as a team.
So here we are, a new chapter begins, new heroes will arise, new legends will be written. It is time to turn the page. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And that gets things running.
Well, there is David Villa, a player whose thirst for goals is unquenchable. One of Spain's finest ever strikers, Jim.
Yes, I think his record speaks for itself, Peter. He's far from just a poacher. I like the way he's constantly on the move, creating space for others, and he's got the creativity to play in deeper roles if needed.
That's the throw. He's had it taken off him. Filippo Inzaghi.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Bastoni kept his eye on it, and he's there. It's gone out for a throw-in. Makaleli. And it's Ribéry. Strokes it back. And it's Ribéry. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that's well done, really robust.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. Yeah, the crowd have tried to spark some excitement, but to no avail. This needs something explosive.
Oh, no joy this time. Makaleli. Threads one in. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Van Basten. Played back in. And this is Inzaghi. Oh, good ball. This might... And the shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Filippo Inzaghi demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
A 1-0 lead established.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Oh, he's found support out wide. David Villa! Just off target. Adams gets across and deals with it. Here's a man in form. David Villa. Now there's a... Tries a shot! It's in!
And once more, we are all square. You score, we score. Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
That was easy, almost too easy.
Yeah.
Shoots! He scored!
That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way.
Plays it through.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Serginho.
Now it's Inzaghi. And it's half-time here.
So engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one.
Yeah, neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Milan head into the half-time break with a narrow advantage. It is 2-1. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Great chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Absolutely there. Certainly not as big as those trying to stop them.
And it's Alexander-Arnold. Hoisted in.
And now a sudden chance to counter. A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. Now it's Beckham. He is through here. Beckham. Beckham on a strong run down the right. And now they can clear their lines.
Was that the first time we've seen them try that? It's definitely given the opposition a little more to think about.
Oh, there's a probing ball. He's a sharp little ball here. Van Basten finds himself offside.
And just to confirm that the referee did issue a yellow card for that earlier incident.
I'd gave him a decision to make, Peter. Concede the foul or expose his keeper to a one-on-one encounter.
And that's gone loose.
There will be a throw-in. And he lines up a cross.
Beckenbauer clears it away.
AZ really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing.
Inzaghi! And he has kept it out somehow.
Filippo Inzaghi is offering a wry smile there.
It's their second corner of the game.
Oh, smashing header! No, not the best of headers.
No, that's been intercepted. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Filippo Inzaghi is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right.
It's Inzaghi! And that would have won it.
Well, the keeper spared a few blushes here. Going 2 down at this stage would have made it an awful long way back.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Is there any support? He might not need it. Milan have it back and can go again. Oh, that's a very deep... Van Basten!
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
And here's Van Basten.
Has been indicated.
David Villa. This looks promising. He's shifting through the gears here. João Cancelo. It's anyone's ball now. And that is masterful defending. And that will be it. Milan pull through, sometimes by hook, sometimes by crook, but that needn't matter. They have the win, and that's what they needed. Filippo Inzaghi taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so.
To the staff room immediately.
How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim?
Milan truly have the look of a well-drilled outfit. Everyone knew exactly what they had to do, and I must admit they carried out their task ably. The kind of win that will please the boss no end.
My thanks to Jim alongside me, and as the fans make their way home, so must we. Good evening to you.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be.
My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
We have already started here. Germany have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah.
Romario! And the keeper couldn't hold it. And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Can he get it through?
So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
One of the game's best ever, Cristiano Ronaldo. He brings a power to whatever he does, and his unquenchable thirst for goals is always an enjoyable sideshow. It's very rare he fails to leave his mark.
Yeah, he'll be looking for a goal or two. Played out wide, and it's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos,
Just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward.
and no, that is pretty much the end of that.
Lovely passing, lovely movement as well.
Van Dijk has a look and plays it forward. Still goalless at the moment. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Now who's going to be first to this?
Thuram
Has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted.
and it's been given away. Very nearly half an hour gone here. Pirlo. It's Hullet.
Aimed beyond the defence.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Zola. Rijkaard.
Davids.
Well, that has not gone well. Pirlo.
And it's Kaka.
Kaká.
That was lovely, that.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Cannavaro.
Chance here to counter.
Pirlo.
Milan are totally dominant in the middle of the park. A no-way through zone.
Iniesta. Now it's Iniesta. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty.
So a big chance now from 12 yards. This to make it 1-0.
What a save from Peter Schmeichel!
Oh, he's missed it.
You couldn't ask for a better opportunity to equalise, but now he'll feel like the opposition have just scored.
Corner number 2 then.
He's got tall. He's scored!
Look, there are always tactical adjustments for any coach to make at half-time, but when your star man gives you a critical lead just before the break, everyone will be paying extra attention. It really is the ideal tonic.
2 added minutes has
Oh,
been
wonderful. And the shot! Thuram. And the half-time whistle goes.
So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak maybe all it needs to change it.
Milan, the happier of the teams, heading in for half-time, 1-0 up.
And we're already back up
And Romario!
and that is wildly off target.
Romario probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Nothing wrong with that tackle, ball won cleanly. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nesta did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Romario.
Pass somewhat off target. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Rummenigge.
Here's someone with real dynamite in his boots. Quality ball. Plays a sharp little ball here. That's headed upfield. That is ended up in no man's land. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, while the temptation's always there, Peter, I think it would be ill-advised of them to try settle for what they've got. They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
And here's Iniesta. Lovely bit of skill.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. That's a shade optimistic.
Germany really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Knocks it out wide. Roberto Carlos. Here comes the cross. Oh, taken with style. And surely now, the result beyond doubt.
The goal scorer for Milan.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
And it's Roberto Carlos.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Now that looks a decent ball.
And he's forced to go back. Milan clearly now in lead preservation mode. Rijkaard.
Thuram kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Roberto Carlos.
1 minute added time.
Davids. And that is as far as it goes. So smiles all round as they shamelessly indulge in the post-whistle euphoria. A win achieved through the right balance of industry and inspiration. A really satisfying day's work.
And we'd like to
Van
inform you
Basten,
now that the
voted
latest
man
track
of the match,
information
and
is currently
deservedly
displayed
so.
on the screen.
So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
There's the whistle, and here we go. Jim, who do you pick out as the telling individual today?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Now there's a fine ball. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Zanetti.
That's going in strongly.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. And we have the first chance from a dead ball situation. Oh, crossbar! It's a good run down the left-hand side.
Cannavaro makes the interception. Milan yet to have an attempt on goal. Davids is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. And that is expertly dealt with.
And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
Cannavaro is there to clear. And he's quick to snatch it back.
Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested.
Zanetti made a surge from full-back, as it turned out unsuccessfully.
Threads one in. And the... Got it! Oh, that's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Nicely aimed pass.
Now it's Owen. Romario. Roberto Carlos is one whose deliveries we all know about.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Roberto Carlos. And it's half-time here.
Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
The own goal was symptomatic of their first half performance. They're not at it.
Please watch the screen for train departure times from all local major stations.
Substitution for Milan. Number 14, Johan Cruyff. Number 9, Van Basten. Coming on the field.
And the second half gets underway.
Messi.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch.
He's got a goal! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. So that's two now without reply.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. Oh, he's bustling through here. Iniesta. Milan
Do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Tonali can see things others simply cannot.
Now it's Bale. Look at the space here.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
It's a good run down the right. There's the shot! Goal! Right back in the game! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
And we have our very first corner.
He rises!
Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Cleared without complication.
And it's Iniesta. Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here. Tonali.
Oh, good play on the left-hand side here. That's been cut out, well played.
Rijkaard. Iniesta. And he was quick to react. Davids.
In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Half an hour gone in the second half. Bale. Bale will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that.
And here's Bale.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
He can get that clear.
Played back into the centre.
And that's been won straight back.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Tries to pass it through.
Delivers the ball. Goes for the header! It's bounced back off the post. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle.
One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided.
Just a quick announcement.
How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, it was engaging, if not an edge of your seat encounter.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
So we're up and running.
Well, someone I'm really looking forward to seeing is one of a kind, El Diego. The word legend is badly overused in our world, Peter, but he qualifies with room to spare. An absolute genius.
Yeah, just watching the guy play is a thrill. He's so different, just brilliantly different.
Can beat teams pretty much on his own.
Roberto Carlos. Maradona.
And it's Soboslai. Oh, we expected better, and so did he.
That's good running with the ball.
Now it's Villa. Soboslai picks it up out wide.
He's got tall. Goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated.
And this is Hazard. He's had a shot! It's in! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Oh, that is a sweet finish, gorgeously controlled and ruthlessly dispatched.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, they're...
Puskás! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Puskás actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Puskás with the short one. And this is Maradona. There's the shot!
It's loose now, and they want to get it back.
Fires. Hazard! It's hit the upright.
Chooses to go cross-field. Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai. Now it's Villa.
Oh, he's bustling through. Real chance! And it's there! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring!
And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Cruyff, there he goes, motoring forward. Rodri,
And he cuts out the supply.
and it's Romario. Cruyff, and that has been clubbed away.
And he's there to retrieve it.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Shapes to shoot! Goal! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed!
Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up.
And the referee brings the first half to a close.
Hello everybody, and this is a quick reminder to let you know that you'll be able to catch today's match broadcast live on our club's FM station. Substitution for Milan, number 9, Van Basten.
That gets things going for the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Bale gets flagged offside.
Pedri tries to pass it through.
That's tidy. Great ball, and he's in here.
It's their second corner of the game.
Puskás goes short. And this is Mohamed Salah. And he's gone backward here. Puskás. Roberto Carlos does well to get it back. And now they can spring out of defence. Romario. Cruyff. And the shot! And he hits the net.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
The manager must have given them an earful at half-time, and fair play because it seems to have worked. They've got to kick on from here now.
Oh, this is a great position. And the shot! No mistake!
Stood up well to him there. Searching pass he's played there.
Oh, he couldn't quite make it. Van Dijk gathers from the goal kick. Oh, that's a key interception.
Milan perhaps contemplating their next change here.
Not the most convincing of passes. And it's Iniesta. Oh, good take in a good area. It's Bale! No mistake! AC Milan are all square. A truly wonderful strike, decorated with dip and curl.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Substitution for Milan, number 18, Iniesta.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. This has become one superb game of football.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Neuer gets his hands on it and the danger is averted.
Milan clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
And this is Mohamed Salah. That is a crunching tackle.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. They'll have one final...
Cruyff! And how good was that? Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
And he's done it again. He's got his second.
Milan get themselves into the lead.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way. I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Five minutes to add. Well timed, excellent interception. Can he get onto this? He's found a way through. And that will be the final act. So the winners, bullish and belligerent after a remarkable collective effort. Fall behind they may have done, but they were having none of that. Cruyff picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Milan leave it late, but in the end, it was great.
Well, this looked like it had a draw written all over it, Peter, so credit where it's...
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special.
If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, N'Golo Kante. He is only one midfielder, but it often feels like he does the work of two or three. He's got exceptional awareness for danger and the stamina to make sure he can go and snuff it out over and over again if required. He's also exceptional in the tackle, and when you watch him in the latter parts of a game, 90th minute plus, he looks as if he's in the first five.
Yeah, I'd have picked him too. No doubt the fans feel much the same way.
Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Roberto Carlos. A header!
That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, that's a move which shouldn't be allowed to repeat. A dribble, cross and attempt, all too easy.
And here's Messi. Messi. Great chance! Oh, what's he giving here? He's given a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do.
This for the lead. not much more than a formality.
Played a game of double bluff here, I think.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wise to be cautious for now.
And this is... Takes a shot! Rijkaard gets good distance on it.
Milan are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Costa Curta.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Tonali conjures time and space where few can. Davids. Del Piero. Well seen, saw that coming.
OK, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
Zanetti. And he thumps it clear. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. Now it's Zico. Tonali. Costa Curta. To Maldini. Costa Curta.
1 minute added time.
Now he's got space here. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I'm afraid to tell you that we're expecting traffic to be heavy after the final whistle today. Substitution on the field. Number 24, Tonali. Number 22.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Number 23.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Number 15, Mbappe. Substitution.
And he was quick to react. Cleared without complication. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
He's found a way through. He saw the danger and he went crashing in. Saliba. Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Deftly away. The message is clear, none shall pass. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Opts for safety. And that's put paid to a promising move. Saliba. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
Maldini. Milan still have the cards to affect this game. Nicely aimed pass. It's a good spell of possession, this. And he's cut it out. Chance, surely! He scores! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable.
It's shocking, the ease with which he was able to get into the space, and the player of his quality was highly unlikely to miss that.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
And this is Messi, Donadoni, and he's away. And the shots! Just cruising! They are cruising! And the lead is extended still further. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
A case now of complete control.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
It's gone backwards.
And he's in on Harness!
And somehow he kept it out.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle.
Milan cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off.
And we come to
How would you
now
sum
with a
up what
quick
we've witnessed,
break
Jim?
for support.
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest.
Against Milan.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it.
There's the whistle, and here we go.
With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got...
Chance for a shot! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
I doubt very much that this was in the script.
Strokes it back. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Davids.
Xavi Alonso.
Now it's Yamal. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Decent chance! Goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. It is a good finish. The odds were against him, little matter.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
And yes, it's him again. So that's two now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Ball swung, climbs up big! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Cleared away. Borussia Dortmund are looking to go forward now. Well, that is one way to stop him. He's been bundled over. That is a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card.
Well, this may not be the kindest angle for a direct hit.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Oh, brilliant stop from Courtois! That's a fine save.
Well, I thought his starting position was good, and that helped the keeper to judge the flight of the ball and deal with it well.
It's their second corner of the game.
That's going to go a long way.
And now they can spring out of defence. No, he's not getting any further than that. And the pass is intercepted.
That's good running with the ball.
And it's Iniesta.
And he's only too happy to take that back.
Passing is crisp and sharp. And he's quick to get it clear again. Ambitious ball here. That has been cut short.
For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Now it's Batistuta.
That's a little off target.
Van Basten. Now it's Romario.
Davids.
He ran himself into trouble there. Free kick given away. And he has shown him a yellow card. Players have gathered round and they are clearly concerned.
I just think it was a cheap foul to give away.
And it's Rijkaard.
There will be 3 minutes added time.
Saliba. And this is Batistuta. And that could set him on his way.
Thuram.
And that'll be the final action of the first half. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Milan really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
That pass has been well intercepted.
Romario.
Saliba. Robertson is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Davids.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Good read, needed to be. Oh, good-looking ball. Can he get it through? Ball driven towards the far post. And that has been clubbed away.
Now it's Yamal. Rijkaard wins the duel this time.
Romario. Now it's Van Basten. And that's another good win of the ball.
Kvaratskhelia.
Xavi Alonso.
Now Saliba.
Some good work on the right flank here.
Davids kept his eye on it, and he's there. Not the most accurate pass.
And it's Scholes. Romario.
Chiellini promptly onto that, and that is that.
Saliba. Borussia Dortmund finding their passes.
Kvaratskhelia.
Scholes.
And it's played in. And it's claimed by the keeper.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Iniesta going full steam down the flank. And it's Cruyff.
And it's made.
Shot, surely! It's a goal!
There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Saliba. Davids.
No foul, says the referee. And there goes the final whistle.
Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven, and whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things.
Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon.
Well, we're on the way.
Well, here's your hero, goal scorer, match winner, saviour, all in one. Lionel Messi is indeed one of a kind, and history shows that he is all of those things and so much more.
Yeah, and we can testify to that, having covered quite a few of those games where he showed the very best qualities.
Yeah, time after time, it is a tale of the extraordinary, and we've come to expect the extraordinary from him.
We have.
Davids. And it's Iniesta. And it's Davids. Played out wide.
Roberto Carlos.
Played in by Roberto Carlos. Oh, no question, that's a foul. Zanetti. That is good alertness. Romario, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher.
It's the sort of situation they'll want to capitalise on now.
That's a nicely shaped ball.
He's had a shot! Messi! From another planet! That is a gem! An absolute gem! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So the first goal of the game.
Goes for a shot!
Milan are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. Pele.
Look, they're prepared to be quite physical to contain any danger that might come their way.
And this is Romario.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
A probing pass.
He's having a hit!
That is decidedly lacking.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Milan disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now, can they get him away? Scholes is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Not the most accurate pass. Rijkaard is sporting a guilty look after that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, this looks sharp.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Now it's Romario. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Substitution for Milan, number 9, Van Basten, number 20, Pele.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Milan really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Baresi, a picture of focus and alertness.
Out towards the flank. Looking for options for movement. Chance for a shot! Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly.
Well, you'd expect nothing less from him, Peter.
Cruyff. And that has left him in a heap. And the whistler's gone for a reckless challenge there. And he is going into that little black book. I do think he's feeling the effects of that tackle.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
And that's off target.
Carlos has totally shown his greedy streak, and the boss is not happy, I can tell you.
Milan still this single goal behind. Forward it goes.
And it's Rice.
Zanetti. Zanetti. Looking to play him in. And who's got the final touch there? Goal kick's been given.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he thumps it clear.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Well, that is one way to stop him. Nice sequence of passes, this.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Baresi gets rid without sophistication. 75 minutes played. Cruyff.
Oh, that's superb.
And Romario! Fantastic from Romario! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Do not write them off. Back they come.
Well, when it's pieced together as efficiently as that, it's a joy to watch.
Milan grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
Well, at this stage, Peter, it's going to come down to how badly they want to win this. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Back into the middle. Scores! And he was there to get a vital touch.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And this is Forlan. And this is Pele. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Romario. And this is Bale.
And he's managed to get free.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough.
So it is something for both, but ideal for neither. Both parties having to settle for what they get and hope for better in the weeks ahead.
Romario claiming the man of the match award.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform.
There's the whistle, and here we go.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle.
And the shot! Goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Corinthians finding themselves unexpectedly behind. And the through ball.
This is Romario. Romario!
What an absolute shame. The composure and imagination to set himself free. He should be locked up after that.
Played into space. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And here's Bale. Drive.
And the finish! Another big chance that gets away.
Milan really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Milan with the corner. They're first.
It's a mighty effort! Sticks it away! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. A wonderful delivery, and all it needed was a touch.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Milan are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Bale.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Kessié. Davids has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Played backwards here. Now it's Messi.
And Messi!
And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Roberto Carlos. Oh, super find. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Takes a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Irwin. And the first 45 minutes are up. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Milan really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Milan are heading into the break, very happy with how it's gone so far.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Now it's Messi.
Messi stood his ground strongly.
Maldini did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And it's Messi. Henderson kept his eye on it, and he's there. Milan
Do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Corinthians
Appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Opts for safety.
Cannavaro. Now it's Romario.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Now it's Mbappe.
Nicked it back promptly. Milan
Are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Some good persistent defending here. Jordan Henderson. Mbappe is onto this.
And he's there to belt it away.
Turns and goes back.
Kessié. Davids.
Messi.
Davids.
It's a pretty loose pass. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. And here's Romario.
He's on it. Can he get away? Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Now it's Romario. And it's Messi. Milan
Can consider themselves just about safe now.
Rijkaard.
Clears it away. Davids.
Rijkaard.
And he's intervened well there.
Kessié.
Irwin.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Milan
Can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to, following this splendid display of...
iPhone charge.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Some terrific scenes here in Barcelona. My goodness me, it's made even better by 100,000 supporters in full voice.
So that's got things underway. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Rafael Leao, Peter, is one player who could be unstoppable if he's in the mood. Easily one of the fastest players I've ever seen. He's capable of taking on multiple defenders, and he can cause imbalances for any defence. And that's their problem, because so many want to try and get to him to stop him getting into his stride. It just leaves space for others.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Oh, there's a probing ball. Zola. And here's from Mario.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
Rijkaard.
Platini, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability.
And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper,
Dida, the type of keeper who instills great confidence in his back line.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon. There they go, hunting again.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that...
And the shot!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner.
Oh, he has stuck it into his own net!
Well, that's really unfortunate. He'll be kicking himself at the moment, and believe me, I know how that feels.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
Platini. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Milan clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Now it's Rafael Leao. Nesta gets it clear.
Quality ball.
Davids, well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Maldini.
That's a sharp pass.
Can he get on the end of this? Can he latch on to this?
Thuram
defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Maldini. Mbappe, someone who can always claim to be the most immaculate finisher. And he's managed to get free.
Oh, well played, well played. Oh, no, it's an own goal!
That can happen to anyone.
There's the whistle for half-time.
The own goal was symptomatic of their first-half performance. They're not at it.
Please make sure to watch the screen for an information bulletin from the regional police department.
That gets things going for the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal, and...
Rafael Leao! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And the lead is extended still further.
And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolute
Chance for a shot! He's kept it out just.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
It's their second corner of the game. Can he stop it going out?
Iniesta attempts a clearance.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press.
It's Iniesta! Keeper's got his work done.
Well, talking about playing into your opponent's hands, that kind of thing is not going to get them back into this game.
Passing is crisp and sharp.
Neymar, over to the left.
That's good play from him.
He's shifting through the gears here. Referee's had a good look and given a corner.
Substitution for Barcelona. Number 24.
Barcelona have their third corner.
Number 23. Rafael Leão. Number 8. Mbappe. Number 18. Platini. Number
And it's
19,
hoisted clear.
Neymar. Coming on the field,
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball.
Rafinha. Number 10,
And now they can spring out of defence.
Number 7. Pele.
Lam
Kept his eye on it, and he's there.
Palmer.
Rafinha.
Now it's Rafinha.
Crosses it in. He's got tall.
And it's in! Just cruising! They are cruising!
Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that faith.
Pele!
Oh, terrific save.
Yeah, that was a fantastic run, and it showed how brilliantly energetic he is.
And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on.
Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Here's a man, Peter, that inspired so many and always said that success is no accident. It takes hard work and perseverance.
And how he epitomised that attitude. He worked so hard to become a player so far ahead of everybody else.
He boasted a playing style that was so unique too. The first centre-forward perhaps to drop back, use his vision.
Has a shot! Oh, what a save from Van der Sar!
And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Zola clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Zola.
And it's Lam. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Well read, and the danger is averted.
A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he?
Zola concedes a free kick for that. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again.
Now it's Van Basten.
And here's Cruyff.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. No goals as yet.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Nicely shaped ball. Cannavaro gets across to intercept that.
Cruyff. Out towards the flank.
Now it's Pelé. And he shoots! He's done very well to get to that.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
It's their second corner of the game. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper.
And now they can spring out of defence. Zola cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Mateus gets a good foot in there. Pelé.
Pass is just off target.
Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness.
And there is the half-time whistle.
So neither team were able to take the lead, but it certainly hasn't been for the lack of trying.
Reflections on the first half?
Solid, very solid, actually, Peter. They haven't made much of an impression at the other end, but defensively I think they've got an awful lot right, completely nullifying their opponents. Now they just need to focus on getting a little more creative.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here, 0-0 at the break.
And the second half gets underway.
Milan have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
He won't be happy with that one.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Oh, this looks sharp.
Milan come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Ball driven towards the far post. Looks to the other side.
Good ball, that too.
Knocks it out wide. Messi.
A header! No mistake! Just the pick-me-up the whole game needs. It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Substitutions taking place.
Kashima Antlers have turned to their bench and we're going to have a substitution. Milan have broken... Could be danger here!
Looking for the run. Nice interception, well timed.
And reclaimed it in a trice. Kashima Antlers
are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Nesta proves too strong, too smart.
Bit of an appeal, but nothing doing.
Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Quality ball. And again, they run up against stubborn defending.
Oh, easy pickings there. And he was quick to react. Nesta. Now, what about a counter-attack?
Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another.
Just goes for the shot! It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Pretty robust defending.
Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And that's going to be a booking.
They're taking a moment to consider their options.
And here's Messi. Takes the shot! And he comes up trumps again.
Milan have their third corner.
He's gone for goal! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nicely aimed pass.
They'll want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Lam.
There will be 3 minutes.
And the number on the board is 3.
Messi. Lam has it out wide and in space. He rises! It's a goal! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous. And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
With the honor